everybody.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back for another Wind Down Wednesday. Sorry, we took a little hiatus because the school year was starting back up again and things got a little crazy trying to get everything started and my kids' activities and everything. So we finally found a moment to sit down and enjoy some wine to share with you guys tonight.
I was quite busy too myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting in a new pool.
Yes.
That took a lot of time and energy and effort, and she has her kids entering school, and it's like all the craziness of all of that. So.
Oh boy, both in high school now, but finally back. They haven't been in the same school since they were both in elementary together, so this is kind of a strange experience again.
And they're not with us tonight.
No.
So we get to have a little fun. We have three, and it's funny because we have three different wines that we're gonna try tonight. And which we've never done three. We're not going to drink them all.
Well, in the beginning, we used to do 3 wines.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. Our videos were kind of long.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to keep it short.
Try to keep it short and sweet. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the white. And why don't you tell them a little bit about the white?
So this is the 2020 Dove Hunt Dog white wine. It's a white wine blend. It is 67% Chardonnay and 33% Sauvignon Blanc. So I think, I kind of thought this might be a little bit of a hit for both of us since you like Chardonnay so much. And
Should I zoom in a little bit?
No, please. I don't want people to see my wrinkles.
Oh, look at my wrinkles.
So it says, I'm not going to go into what the notes are. So we're gonna do our little sniff test. Hey, cheers.
Cheers. It's Wednesday.
It's not, according to the calendar, not officially the end of summer, but we're back in school, so it's the end of summer for me.
It is definitely fruity.
I get lemon.
I'm getting a little bit of lemon. Mm-hmm. I haven't eaten anything, so obviously it changes once we start eating things. But a little bit of lemon. Let me try it.
Definitely still for these hot summer months. I think that this is probably going to be a good wine that you want to. It's because drinking it chilled, and some of the things that we're going to share that it pairs well with. It's still perfect for summertime.
I'm getting a little bit of that effervescence on the back of the throat without eating anything.
I don't get effervescence. It's a little bit like the lemon, like a little bit of that acidity.
That bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now that we've chilled them, but we've let them come down for about a half an hour or so in room temperature.
Back to room temperature.
Because I don't like them when they're ice cold.
Well, they're still colder than room temperature,
right.
But they're not as cold as they were. I'm sorry, I don't have a wine refrigerator, so mine just go in the regular refrigerator, which is too cold to drink the wine that way. So we chill it and then bring it out and let it warm up again.
And I'm going to make a point about that right now, is that had this wine been refrigerator cold, which is what is it, 34 degrees? Refrigerator, about 34, 35?
Oh, I think it's a little bit warmer than that. Freezer is probably closer to
a
little bit lower than that.
Go look at the temperature. It's like
whatever.
whatever. But if this gets around 50 degrees, 48 to 50 degrees, that's when you actually taste it. That's just my opinion.
Well, it brings out more of the flavors.
Yes.
When it's not so cold and chilled, and it's kind of like the halfway point between. So it's a white, still chilled, but not as cold as you would drink like a beer from the refrigerator.
Right. But again.
So, the ingredients for this wine are grapes, yeast, tartaric acid, and sulfites, and that's it. That's the only thing that goes into these wines. No added colors, no added fillers, no added sugars, none of that stuff.
Very interesting.
So it does say there are, and does it say? Do I have on here? Oh yeah, just in case you were wondering, this is this bottle of wine is $20 on our Scout and Cellar site. That's kind of more towards the lower end of the wines that we have, but this is the Dove Hunt Dog is definitely one of our kind of like mainstream brands, and it comes in a lot of different varieties. And I did want to point out, we do have, this is Scout and Cellar's 5th anniversary. I believe they've been around for 5 years now.
Really?
And in celebration of their birthday this month, every week they are highlighting a different wine, one of their main staple wines. So this week, the Middle Jane wines are on sale for 15% off. And I believe Dove Hunt Dog is going to be coming up next for next week. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Middle Jane is on sale until, I think, next Monday is the 22nd. And then I think the Dove Hunt Dog will be on sale after that. So just to kind of keep that in mind if you're curious about ordering. So
I always think of sitting by the pool and sitting on those floats that we have that have the cup holders in them. This would be great, honestly, if it was fresh out of the fridge, ice cold, poured into some kind of cup that would fit in there, maybe a solo cup, and just sit by the pool with a piece of fruit in it like this.
When you're outside though in the sun, we need some way to kind of keep it cold while we're sitting in the float. We need some little like ice pack or something we can stick in the cup holder.
Yeah, we need to have like a wine. Is there a wine koozie?
Well,
you can get
like
you can get them in cans.
The Dove Hunt dogs, some of them you can get into the single serve cans. Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember if you can get the white one, but they do have different types in the single serve cans. They but they have there's different companies that have like those insulated cups.
Yeah.
So you could just pour it instead of having a glass.
It's going to get warm really quick out there. Actually, my pool, I have this cantilever umbrella, and I can roll it over and go on top of the pool. So when you're in the pool and you're floating, my pool is right in the middle of the Florida blazing sun, so the water is very warm. But when you're out there sitting on the float, you get hot really fast. So I would imagine the wines are going to get warm really quick.
Yeah.
So
but it still would be nice and refreshing.
I mean, when I open a beer and sit out there, I don't ask her. I just dump half of it because I can't.
It gets warm too fast.
It gets too warm. I don't drink it fast enough.
Well, that seems like hard to believe, but
right.
Okay, so the notes of this wine, you may have seen us sampling a little bit of peach. He fruited his wine with a little
veggies with
chunk of peach.
With this,
Okay, so it says aromatic and bright with notes of fresh lemon. So we were right when we were smelling the lemon at the beginning, the notes. Ripe apricot and white peach with refreshing acidity on a well-balanced frame and a finish that begs for another sip or maybe another glass. I don't know. This is pretty tasty.
It is pretty tasty. I mean, honestly, I haven't had much today, but since lunch. But I'm telling you, like the first wine of the day usually kind of hits you a little bit. We'll see what the rosé does, but.
So this says it pairs well with chopped veggies and dip. So we have some veggies and we have like a softer cheese, not necessarily a dip. So that's crudité for those of you that are a little bit more fancy. If you're feeling fancy, and a selection of your favorite soft cheeses. So this is 12.5% alcohol. Mm-hmm. And it is 0.05 grams per liter of residual sugar, so very low in residual sugar.
Very low sugar.
It's not a sweet wine, but it's got a nice, light, fruity taste to it.
Yeah.
Kind of crisp.
Yep.
It's just, I think it's perfect for summertime.
Yes, it is. It is definitely. It's a white blend, and definitely the Chardonnay taste comes out. The Sauvignon Blanc, is it Sauvignon Blanc?
Yes.
That definitely offsets it. And she's right. This kind of hits it out of the park for me. I kind of like this wine. I definitely like it. And I'm not a big white blend fan. And you know that.
It just depends on what kind of wines that it's made of. That they have
good.
blended together.
It's good. It's a little sweet. It's a little sweet. It's good. I'm getting that. Let me have one of those naked chips. This cheese is pretty good, I guess. Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. It's got some kind of like onion and chives or something, I think, with it, but it's just a good soft, almost like a cream cheese.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we got some veggies over here.
Veggies, zucchini, Gouda, pepper jack, sharp cheddar.
A yellow bell pepper.
An onion, steakhouse onion cheese.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was looking on the tray over here for anything else that I wanted to try to...
try a veggie.
To sample. I did. I had a pepper. I think I'm going to go for... I'm just going to have a little bit of just basic sharp cheddar cheese.
Okay.
So... Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been drinking as much wine lately. I've been so busy with schoolwork and stuff. I've not been drinking very much alcohol at all. I don't know.
She's back to work. I landed 2 big more projects this week. It's like right on top of each other. It's like bam, 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 bam. I'm not complaining. It's always good to have work.
Amazing in this economy.
I mean, I must be pretty good at what I do.
Yes, you definitely are.
Everybody like my shirt. Florida man. There we go.
Our governor, Ron DeSantis.
Yes.
So, Dove Hunt Dog, if you've ever watched any of our videos before, we've sampled some of their other varieties of wine. Mm-hmm. I'm a sucker for anything with a dog on it.
She is.
So
I got one right here.
Yes, you can't see her on the camera, but she's definitely circling around our feet, just waiting for snacks and treats to fall on the floor.
Right.
So it says, for Dove Hunt Dog, we believe that a bottle of wine is more than just a bottle of wine. It's a companion. At the core of companionship is a dedication to keeping things honest and simple. Dove Hunt Dog, more than anything, is a celebration of what makes life complete. The people we love most, the dogs by our side, and naturally clean crafted wine in our glasses. Yes. I mean, honestly, that's all we drink anymore. We try sometimes if we're out at a restaurant. We have to order something from there. We really have to just start bringing our own wine and just pay the corking fee.
You can pay a corking fee at most restaurants, just so you know. So when you decide to, like I said, when you buy some of these wines and you try them for the first time, you're gonna love it. You come to one of our wine tastings, you're gonna love it. But if you really can't stand the mainstream wines, just bring a bottle in your purse and ask if you can pay the corking fee.
Yeah. You can call ahead too and ask. Most places don't mind.
They waive it.
Yeah, and a lot of times they'll waive it, especially if you give your waiter, your server, a
nice
sample. When you give them a sample,
yeah,
let them taste it.
Give them a taste.
Right. So
give them their taste.
Yes. It says the grapes for this white wine blend come from 11 to 18-year-old vineyards planted in California wine country. After harvest, grapes were sorted, destemmed, and pressed. The wine fermented and aged in stainless steel tanks until bottling, unfined, and lightly filtered. So did you know that Chardonnay is the most popular grape varietal in the United States?
Of course. What were the wines that when we first got together? We were sitting at Attic Door. I ordered Chardonnay.
Did you really?
That was the first wine we had.
I think I must have ordered red because at the time all of the whites gave me, all of the different white wines gave me a headache.
I ordered a Chardonnay for you. You said get some white wine for us, and I went and I got a Chardonnay for us first.
I think you must be thinking of someone else because at the time when we started dating, I could not drink white wine because it gave me a terrible headache.
You had one glass.
Well, okay, maybe I had one glass, and then I probably switched to red.
Then we moved to a red. We probably ordered a Merlot the rest of the night. The place we went to was a dark place with sofas on it and somebody playing soft music, and it was just really dark and. It was a makeout session, but what do you want? It was our second date. We were like,
we were getting to know each other.
Oh my God! I can't
whispering sweet nothings in each other's ears.
Yes, sweet nothing. Nothing. You get nothing. Like my sons, you get nothing.
Yes, that's right. For your insolence.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on my sons. Okay, we're ready to move on to the rosé.
All right, so. I was getting ready to ask you all if you had any questions. Like I'm so used to being in my classroom now when I'm teaching. I'm like, okay,
do you have any questions?
Right, and I'm trying to switch my thinking. So instead of saying, do you have any questions? Because then they just sit there with like deer in the headlights. But if I say, ask me 2 questions, then they have to think about what could I ask her a question about?
If and when you come to one of our wine tastings, she will say, do you have any questions or comments on that wine? And so will I. I will walk around and say,
because we love to hear everybody's take on it, because we know we have our opinions about things, and even sometimes we disagree on the taste of the wine.
You've seen us disagree, flat out disagree on this. Now, this rosé, I told her on the way over, I don't really like rosé. I'm not a big fan of rosé, but we'll see. There was one that we did earlier that I liked, earlier in the year. So when you come to the wine tasting, we love to hear everybody's opinion. We give you the cards so you can grade each one and you can talk about it. But talking about it and drinking more of it is what makes it.
Well, and tasting it for yourself is also like a whole nother experience. Now, I will say about rosés, I always thought that I didn't like rosés because I always thought that they were too sweet. They were like sugary sweet, and I don't like wines like that. I mean, it's almost like going back to drinking like Boone's Farm.
No, this isn't like that.
No, of these rosés are nothing like that. And there's a whole world of information we could get into about the different shades of pink and how that affects the taste of the wines. But for today, just a little side note, we have the Dove Hunt Dog and the Middle Jane are both California wines, I believe. Mm-hmm. And this Oso Pardo is a Spanish wine. It's from Spain. So just going to throw that in there. So this is the 2020 Oso Pardo Rosé from, I don't know how to pronounce the name of this city, but it's from Spain. So it's 100% Garnacha. Now, we've had Garnacha from Spain before, but as a full red. And I really love it. I had never even heard of Grenache or Garnacha. It's the same grape, but it's just depending on what country it comes from, they pronounce it differently. I believe Grenache is French, and Garnacha is Spanish.
It's Spanish.
Right. So, but it's the same grape. And I had never even heard of that before until I started drinking Scout and Cellar wines. But those are rapidly rising to the top of like one of my favorite types of wine.
This is definitely sweeter.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. So it says the ingredients are.
It's good.
Grapes, tartaric acid, yeast, and sulfites. Again, very simple. That's all there is in these wines. So all you're going to get is the natural taste of the grapes.
Here's the test.
And the growing process. You know, how wet or dry the season is, the soil, the climate, how hot, how cold. All of that makes a difference on the taste of these grapes. And this is $21 per bottle.
Okay. Whenever I do a sweeter wine, the Asian zing sauce
balances out.
I just put some on there. I'm probably going to get mucusy because of this.
You're going to start coughing and hacking.
Well, no, it inflates your mucous membranes. Let me try it.
So this is described as fruity and crisp with notes of strawberry, river rock, and kiwi.
Yeah, that's very good.
I think the strawberry and kiwi are probably what's giving it more of that little bit like a sweeter taste because those are sweeter fruits. Mm-hmm. I smell the kiwi.
Do you?
Yeah.
You won't eat kiwi though.
That's a texture issue for me. There's
so
certain foods
good.
I don't like to eat because of like texture.
It's so good with the sweeter wine with the Asian zing is awesome.
I don't think this is sweet at all. I think this is because of the balance they're talking about, the river rock, which is like kind of like a minerality taste, and by no means I'm not talking about metal taste. I'm talking about it's like this natural like earthy taste.
Yikes!
Did you get too much Asian zing sauce?
Yes, hold on.
Okay, so I don't have any fresh strawberries because we're kind of getting to the end of that season, and the strawberries at the store are getting like mealy.
And blueberries.
And I don't really want to buy those.
Farm in Claremont.
Yeah, we do, but blueberries are not in season right now.
Right.
I am excited though because this year they are going to have a pumpkin patch where they're going to have you can go pick your pumpkin.
I saw pumpkin spice Kellogg's cornflakes.
Oh my gosh, they're already starting. It's August, people. It's
pumpkin
too soon
spice,
for pumpkin spice. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, pumpkin spice cornflakes. I saw them at Winn-Dixie tonight. And I stopped. And I went,
oh dear Lord.
I didn't have my phone on me. I was going to take a picture and send it to her. I was like, are you kidding?
Yes. We're still in margarita season, so take your pumpkin spice and go put it back on the shelf.
And the end cap was half empty. The end cap was half empty. That means people are grabbing the pumpkin spice cornflakes.
My daughter is like a Starbucks addict, and she is like counting down the days until they come out with all the pumpkin spice flavor specialty things that you can add to your teas and coffees.
Please don't do pumpkin spice. When we do a video, I don't want to do pumpkin spice.
No, we're not going to do anything
Please,
pumpkin
for the love of God, I don't want to do that.
So I don't have strawberries, but I do have the strawberry jalapeno jam.
Let me try that.
Over here, why don't you try one of the plain chips?
Where is that?
So I was thinking about to try this one.
This one.
So I figured just a little bit of kick to it, just kind of adds a little more fun, a little spiciness, spicing up our evening.
You're spicy, aren't you?
Spicy.
That does have a bite. That's got a little bite to it though.
The jalapeno definitely gives you a little bite, but like in a small dose, it's kind of like.
Tomorrow morning I'm gonna have some issues. She'll have issues too.
No, and just a little bit. It's okay.
Wait, let me try. I'm eating it. Wait a minute. Hold on.
So okay, while you're sipping. This incredibly delicious rosé from Spain is grown right on the Mediterranean coast. It's the perfect example of how so many different expressions of a grape can exist. This is made from Garnacha, the same dominant grape as Provence rosés, but gives more juicy, bold flavors that red wine drinkers will love. Like I said, we've had Grenache and Garnacha in full red versions.
Oh yeah.
So in the rosé,
it's excellent. The Oso Pardo is excellent. Well, and there's different versions of the Oso Pardo Grenache and with this Spanish
Garnacha, and we've had other French wines. The Grenache.
It's burning going down. Ooh, I love it though. I love it so good. Can't love it too much though.
It does. It plays off interestingly with the minerality and the spiciness from the jalapeno, but the sweetness from the strawberry. Bringing out the strawberry flavor, it definitely complements the wine really well.
The bacon habanero jam.
Yes.
Right.
I wasn't quite sure about bacon. Well, okay, so let's talk about. Pairs well with roasted chicken, charcuterie, and roasted vegetables. We have veggies; they're not roasted.
I was going to bring it. I had that piece of roasted chicken from the other night. I could have brought it. We could have cut it up.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I could have cut it up. We're going to have slices of it here.
I didn't plan as well tonight. Sorry about that.
It was my fault. I should have.
Okay, well, it doesn't specifically say like bacon and barbecue, but I don't know. Give it a try.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we think with the pepper bacon jam? Is that what this is called?
This is the habanero.
We're getting
bacon.
to the end of this. We're gonna have to buy a new jar of this soon because it's getting hard to actually scoop it up onto something.
Right.
I was getting like overly congealed.
Look at it. Come on, dude.
So this is 12% alcohol and 1.09 grams per liter. So definitely higher in the residual sugars. But I don't taste this. It doesn't read as sweet at all to me. It's definitely, it's not like sugary sweet. No, not at all. A little bit fruity, but definitely not sweet.
It is fruity, and it's a wine I would definitely do more chilled. So if we're going to do this, you know what you could do? How about this? How about this for an idea? The apple, what's it called? The apple...
Oh, the Hushkeeper apple wine?
The apple wine that's heavier. It's very heavier.
Yeah.
How about you take some ice, put it in a glass by the pool, dump some ice, dump some of this in there and some of that in there.
Huh.
And sit by the pool with a little bit of ginger ale.
We could give that a try, but I told you with the
Blend it.
Hushkeeper apple wine, which is also one of the Scout and Cellar wines, it already has a very high alcohol. It's
But you're cutting it with this stuff.
right, but it's more along the lines of like an actual like liquor. It's a higher alcohol volume than just the regular wines. They recommend you can drink it like warm in the wintertime with like a hot toddy. In the hotter months you can add ice. They suggest mixing it with like ginger beer. I'm hesitant to do that because I feel like adding alcohol with more alcohol is not going to be a good mix for me. So we just mix it with regular ginger ale.
Yeah, the other night it wasn't a good mix.
We're not going to talk about that. So it's, I don't know if I would, mixing alcohol with more alcohol. I don't know if I could do that.
Well, when you're sitting out in the baking sun, you could just do this over ice with a little ginger ale in it or whatever, maybe.
And I always love to take a good rosé and make like a sangria out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can take all different kinds of wines and make any kind of sangria.
You could actually mix the wines and make a mixed drink.
But throw in some strawberries
Yep.
and maybe some oranges and some
crushed,
other...
a little bit of crushed ice.
Yeah, to make like, just if you're sitting out by the pool.
And drink it quickly.
I definitely think that would be
put a straw in there and drink it
quickly.
quickly.
A very nice beverage.
Or make wine slushies.
I mean, I could even see this at like
wine
slushies. This definitely would be good for a wine slushie.
Yes.
I could see this too for like brunch. I mean, don't you think with some like breakfast foods?
Yeah.
What if you had like an omelet with some like roasted veggies in it?
We could make mimosas out of this on Thanksgiving morning.
Like mix it with some orange juice?
Yeah, you could.
Or cranberry juice, or you like some other kind of juice.
Well, mimosas are typically effervescent. With
right? Yeah, I know. You want some. Your alcohol base to be.
We
something
could buy
that's, bubbly.
the pop maker. You push the button, it carbonates the water, and we could carbonate the wine.
I mean, I guess.
Am I a genius?
I'm
a genius.
We could do that.
Just let's say it, admit it. I'm the genius.
I do. There are several bubbly rosés from Scout and Cellar that I do enjoy. So yes, if you were to force like some air into it and some bubbles, I know we could give it a try.
Yeah. Whatever.
So Oso Pardo was named for Los Osos Pardos Cantábricos de España Norte. I'm sorry. I probably totally butchered that, but I tried. The brown bears
That's racist.
The brown bears of northern Spain. That's what it means. And you can see on the bottle there's kind of like a silhouette of a bear. So these bears are a symbol of pride, hard work, and natural splendor. The same things that make this wine so delicious.
Are there actually bears in northern Spain?
Apparently.
There's bear in Florida.
I've been to a lot of European countries around in that area, but I have never been to Spain.
Do you know there's bear up in Florida?
Yes, there's lots of bears, different breeds of bear in Florida.
There was one bear sighting down, a brown bear on the Browns property. The friends, the Browns.
Well, and there's several places, especially up in the Panhandle, up there at Alligator Point, they have special trash cans that have special clips so the bears can't open them and rummage through the trash.
They come walking around.
And they will, yes, absolutely.
And they will eat you if you don't walk up to them. Mm-hmm. They will eat you. The same thing, I was watching a video the other day with elephants, and people were in the African safari, and they were on a tour, and they tried to walk up to the elephants. You don't walk up to wild elephants. They charge them.
Yeah, they'll charge.
And they start goring the van that they were in. The males start goring the van. They had to drive away and get away. I'm thinking, How stupid could you possibly be? And the guy that's driving the tour van, wouldn't he say, "Stop! Don't walk up to elephants"?
Don't you think that they would give them like a heads up before you even start the tour that says these are your do's and these are your don'ts?
But they do it anyways, because they get.
Well, then I hope they have them sign a waiver that says if something happens to you because you don't follow our warnings, then that's on you.
If the lions come and take them away and eat them, there's no evidence of them. Whatever, the lions just eat them and then they're gone. So. I swear to God, it's just, I think the stupidity of people sometimes. You would get out and mess with a bear, a lion, or an elephant. They are very dangerous creatures. Anyways, so...
And they win.
And they win.
Okay, so I found this very interesting.
Yeah,
okay. Or tranquilizer.
Yeah.
So these grapes were picked at night to maintain their freshness and acidity. That's a whole other thing about how these wines are made. And picking grapes at different times of the day that affect the taste.
Shout out to, since you're talking about night, shout out to her cousins that live up in Tallahassee and on Alligator Point. It's scallop season right now.
Oh, really?
It's scallop season right now.
I didn't even know that.
If we were at Alligator Point, we could be scalloping right now.
Oh, man. All the restaurants, all the seafood restaurants up there, I'm sure they have fresh scallops.
Maybe we should go spend the weekend
this weekend.
Up there.
Let's just make a little jaunt up there.
We'll go scalloping. You want to go out there?
Sure.
You just go.
There was actually an episode of Dirty Jobs where Mike Rowe was out there in the bay.
I've never done it, but Gene said you go out there, knee deep in the water, and you just start scooping them up.
Mm-hmm. Depending on how high the tide is, sometimes you get out there in your waders and you're like up to your waist. But yeah, I think there's like the people who have the license to go do the scalloping.
We'll get us an Airbnb this weekend. We'll go up to.
I'm game.
Yeah.
But I think they actually have like stakes in the ground that stick up out of the water that show like where their section is that they're allowed to go scallop.
Oh, certain people.
I think so. I think that's the way because it started to get like over picked or whatever you want to call it, and so they had to like divvy it out so they could get the time for the scallops to like reproduce.
Oh yeah. Well, you should text. Your cousin Jack about that and ask him if it's scallop season.
I will double check.
Duke told me it was.
So after destemming, they were lightly pressed with just a little skin contact to extract the flavors of garnacha. Wine was fermented for 5 days in stainless steel tanks. So again, like the white stainless steel tanks. Aged briefly in stainless steel tanks. And the wine is unfined and unfiltered in order to give more richness and texture. So here's another fun little I love the little did you know facts. Garnacha is the same grape as Grenache, just in Spanish. Grenache is one of the most popular grapes in France.
It's a Grenache.
Grenache versus Garnacha, yes. And is the dominant variety in many popular wines, including Côte de Rhône and Rosé from Provence. Garnacha from Spain tends to be a bit bolder and more fruit-forward as a style choice by winemakers. I'm all about the really bold, fruity wine, so I guess Garnacha.
I'm going to be dreaming about that in my dreams tonight.
I would be.
Grenache.
And Garnacha.
I dreamt about her last night, and we were like trying to get away from people, and like they're trying to kill us. But I'm gonna.
You always have those like weird, frustrating dreams.
I dreamt about a lot. I dreamt about my kids last night. My kids are causing issues. You know, do your kids cause issues to your life? Say it in the comments below.
I mean, especially when you have adult kids, there's all kinds of layers of things that can make things more difficult.
You're about to have an adult kid.
Yes, after 1 short year, she will be graduating
from
high school.
She'll be, and you can brand her adult.
I don't think she's ready for that.
Let's see if she buys me a Christmas present next Christmas.
I really don't think she's ready for that.
Not this Christmas.
Okay, did you finish your rosé?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to our last wine. We have
I've been waiting for this.
2020 Middle Jane Zinfandel.
Oh, yeah.
Zinfandel, I've always been a fan of. Pinot Noir is my favorite red because it's a little bit lighter, but I'm really starting to enjoy these like bolder, darker red wines. So,
oh my God.
This is 100% Zinfandel. The ingredients are grape, yeast, oak, tartaric acid, malolactic bacteria, and sulfites.
When you breathe in, it burns your nasal passages.
What do you mean it burns your nasal passages? It makes it sound like it's chemicals.
No, it's not chemicals. That's the alcohol and the.
Oh no! I get lots of really bold, fruity flavors. Oh, I like this.
Let's try it.
I absolutely like this. Cheers.
Drink.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do again. We went to a professional wine taste, and they talked about how you sniff with one nostril versus the other, and you might get completely different aromas. I don't know. What do you?
This nostril.
I don't know. I'm kind of getting the same thing. I hope it doesn't get like lipstick all over underneath my nose.
This nostril is full of snot because of all the spicy stuff I was eating.
The Asian zing sauce.
I can say shit because we're talking.
No, you can't say that.
I can say this is not for kids. No. I mark it not for kids, so you have to be 18 or older to watch our videos. Oh, I have an itch.
Okay. Just a little side note. This wine is normally $32 a bottle. Middle Jane is a little bit more expensive side of Scout and Cellar, as opposed to maybe the Dove Hunt Dog or some of our other labels. But right now this week, if you order before the 22nd, it is on sale 15% off, so it is $27.20 per bottle.
That's an experience. I'll tell you, that's an experience. What do you think? What do you think?
I love this.
My salivary glands are spitting.
Now, after drinking the white and the rosé, I'm definitely getting more of like the dry taste on my tongue.
Yeah, your whole mouth is dry now.
I'm getting dry, but I'm curious if I didn't have these other wines beforehand, if I had cleansed my palate beforehand, if it would taste as dry.
What if you tried this Romano is good.
I normally don't think of Zinfandel as a dry wine.
It's a dry red. I've tried this and it's good. Now watch.
Okay. Oh, the Pecorino?
The Locatelli.
Okay.
It's good. It's not bad.
Okay, this is from North Coast, California. Described as fruity and bold. So with notes of strawberry, balsamic reduction, cherry, and vanilla bean. The vanilla bean really just kind of makes it that almost like a creamy taste that mixes together with these like fruity, jammy flavors.
Maybe that's the same thing I did with the bolognese. When you eat this cheese, the Locatelli, sheep's milk cheese, and you drink that, it almost has that bolognese taste to it.
This is very dry and salty cheese.
That cheese never goes bad because it's why it's so expensive. It's $50 for a thing of it. Now drink the wine after you've eaten that.
Okay.
And it almost tastes like the bolognese sauce that I make because I put heavy cream in the bolognese sauce.
Well, I wonder if you had like a little like crostini, and you did the mozzarella, and you had a little tomato, and you had basil, and you did the drizzle of balsamic on top. With this, because of the balsamic reduction.
Try it after you ate that cheese. Do you taste the bolognese? You do a little, don't you?
I do get a little bit more of that Italian flair.
You do, don't you?
When I have this cheese. The saltiness of this cheese just really helps to enhance the flavors of whatever wine you drink.
And you know, I put a lot of that in the bolognese.
Yes.
Shredded bolognese.
Now, I'm curious. We have some of this. It's like
steakhouse onion.
Yeah, steakhouse onion cheddar cheese. So I think that this probably would like really play off nicely with some of the notes we have in here. I want to try some of the strawberry jalapeno jam again.
It's very nice.
I think you're really going to love the pepper bacon jam.
This is a very, very nice red. I mean, honestly, this is a red. We're going to have a nice dinner. You could do it with steak, filet mignon. You could do it with a porterhouse, short rib. We're having short rib this weekend.
Well, it says it pairs well with barbecue ribs, bacon, and smoked turkey. I definitely agree with any kind of smoked or like barbecue. This definitely would be perfect.
Since she won't eat the saporesta, the salami that she says tastes like it's rancid.
It's been open for a couple of weeks. It tasted funky to me.
There was an episode of Frasier where Niles threw out the meat in the refrigerator. And Daphne said, where's the meat that I had in here? Because it was rancid. I threw it away. She goes, it's supposed to be rancid.
That's what he says. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not taking any chances.
Mom eats raw pork. She do love that. No?
Yeah. But after the onion cheese with the cheddar onion cheese, whatever that was.
What does that do to you?
It brings out more of the vanilla bean, the smooth like creaminess of this wine.
Hang on,
I love that flavor. I'm gonna try with the pepper bacon jam. Oh no, my chip broke. The pepper bacon jam, because they talk about all these different barbecue flavors.
I'll make one comment. She's not going to eat the salami, but I just had the salami. The salami cuts the sweetness and cuts the bite of the wine. The meat does.
Okay.
No.
You get a bite with this?
I get a drier bite with this wine, which I love. I love it. I love that wine. The velvet is definitely, I like the velvet, but it's nothing like this.
There is another version of the Middle Jane Zinfandel that's called Velvet that is definitely much more jammy and fruity.
And sugary.
Yeah. It's got a bolder flavor to it.
But this is definitely like a step down from that on the sugary side. But also, I mean, you want to talk about if we're doing a wine tasting, this would definitely be the climax of the night.
I would say, okay, so pepper bacon jam.
Yeah.
With this wine, it's not as dry on my palate. And the little bit of spiciness from whatever pepper is in there plays very nicely off of this wine.
Okay. No, I'm trying that. I'm trying.
I can hear my dog crunching down there from whatever you just tossed down for her to nibble on.
She loves me.
I know. She loves it. She knows when you come over.
Oh, she loves Wine Down Wednesdays. Let me tell you, that's Wine Down Sophie.
Yes.
It's time for her to party. She knows this, but she sees me walking in the door. It's party time. And there's no kids here. They're like, oh my God, he's here? Oh my God, fun.
Okay, so did you do the pepper bacon jam?
Yes, and it makes it delightful.
It's the smokiness from like the bacon
flavor. It
flavor.
Brings the smokiness out. I wish we had bacon.
I wish we had some kind of barbecue to go with this, but I think that would absolutely be perfect.
Take that pulled pork in there, put some barbecue sauce on it. Throw it in the nuker.
Oh, I should have done that. I didn't even think about that.
Can you imagine?
So it says, if you love the jammy side of Zinfandel, this is the Middle Jane for you. This vintage is juicy and bold, combining berry flavors that are fruit-forward, rich, and smooth. Hints of balsamic and vanilla give this a fun complexity that is great for sipping or pairing.
Now, let me tell you, it's 15% off?
Yes, this week until the 22nd.
I'll buy 10 bottles of it tonight.
Really? You like it that much?
I'll buy 10 of that, 5 of that, and 5 of that tonight.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's a very versatile wine. I think you could pair it with a lot of different things and it would go really well. Even Italian.
We need to build
or barbecue.
We have to build our wine cellar. Because when we have a house, we build a house, we're going to have a wine cellar.
Right, and we're going to stock it full with all of these our favorite wines.
Like in Florida, they have root cellars. In some of these houses that live on an incline, we're not going to have a root cellar. We're going to have a wine cellar. And it's going to be refrigerated at a certain temperature. You're going to go down there to pick out your bottle of wine for the evening. Is this what you'd like? Okay, we're going to do this. Yes. What are we having this evening? We're having a short rib. Okay, we're going to get a bottle of this.
Mr. Web Developer, I'm going to need you to create for me
inventory.
An inventory, yes, where we can see what
with
do we have.
With an app on your phone, so you can sit there on your phone.
And we can look and see, and I can search it and say, this is what we're having for dinner tonight. Which wines in our cellar would go well with this wine?
And so then she'll text me and say, you need to go down to the wine cellar.
Please pull this bottle.
And as I'm outside fishing and wiping down my cars, I'll be like, okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll get that one, maybe another one, a lighter one for earlier. For snacking while we're waiting. Yes, we'll have one of these earlier while we're snacking.
For like appetizers.
We'll sit around the pool.
Okay.
Relax, and then we'll finish it off with that with dinner.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it says that this pairs well with barbecue ribs, bacon, and smoked turkey. So I did the strawberry jalapeno jam. It plays off nicely because you're getting those strawberry flavors. Jalapeno, that
I'm gonna
spice.
Try some chocolate.
Sometimes it's a little bit too overpowering for me, and I feel like that's competing a little bit with this wine. However, I do absolutely love it with this pepper bacon jam.
Okay, no,
all those smoky flavors. It's perfect with this wine. This is not dark chocolate, which we normally do, but this is milk chocolate with a little bit of almond.
Ooh, wow.
You like that?
Oh yeah, now take a sip.
Okay. While I'm still finishing my chocolate, this is 14.2% alcohol, so it's a little bit higher than what most of the wines are around 13%. So a little bit higher. And this is 1.01 grams per liter of residual sugar, so about the same as the rosé.
If we won Powerball tonight, you know what I would do? I would buy like 1,000 bottles of each of these, and I'd put them out of business. They wouldn't be able to handle the order. They'd be like, how could we possibly? I'd say I'm building a gigantic wine cellar.
Well, because with Stout & Cellar, they work with smaller, like family-owned boutique vineyards. So they don't produce as much wine as the main labels that you might see at the grocery store.
And then, of course, I would have to add to my Corvette collection. I would have to buy more Corvettes and drive her crazy. But I wouldn't just buy Corvettes. I would have a barn filled with classic cars. And you could drive them all of them.
Well, you'd have to teach me how to drive stick.
Well, I would do that, but there's a lot of them that are automatic.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'll show you later. But there was a Dodge Dart, a '68 Dodge Dart at Publix the other night, automatic, mint condition, and I sat there for an hour and talked to the guy. An hour, I talked. The guy comes here. Do you like that? I go, yeah, I do like it.
Oh my gosh.
I do like that.
Boys and their toys. Am I right?
I do like it.
Okay, so Middle Jane, I love the story of Middle Jane and the name behind the label. So it says, for 4 generations ago, there was the first Jane in our family, our great-great-grandmother. Jane was strong, she worked hard, and she did things right. And she always wore lipstick. Ever since,
that's kind of sexy.
We've given each girl in our family the same middle name, Jane. Today, we craft delicious wine under a similar name, Middle Jane.
Addiction.
No, not Jane's addiction. Because it represents everything she did. Honest, passion, and a commitment to integrity. So I love this story behind the Middle Jane and the idea that they have behind the label and the family connections, but how that comes to be in the wines. I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Eat a peach and then try it. Changes
peach,
everything.
Really?
It changes.
Because there's no notes of peach anywhere in this.
It changes everything.
Okay.
The complexity of it, it changes everything, I swear to God. It's like, it makes it much more bold and rich.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try that. I'm curious, what if you try some veggies with the
I'm not going to
soft cheese?
veg it. I fruited it. I'm not going to veg it.
Well, no, don't throw your veggies in there. I'm just saying, try and do the little soft cheese spread. So, this wine, for how it was made, the grapes for this wine were harvested from vines planted in North Coast, California. After harvest, grapes were fermented in stainless steel vessels with frequent pump offers to promote a healthy, fruit-forward flavor. I've never even heard of that before. Frequent pump overs? I don't know what that means. The wine was then aged for 8 months in stainless steel before bottling. So I think that's one of the things about Middle Jane that sets it apart from some of the other wines that we have at Scout and Cellar is the amount of time that they let it sit and ferment before they send it out to for everybody to taste. So that's one of the reasons too why Middle Jane label is a little bit more expensive than some of the other Scout and Cellar wines.
Excellent with fresh veggies.
Really?
At an office party, Christmas party, raw fresh veggies, it's excellent. Excellent. This is a very light cheese, too. It's a garlic herb cheese.
Just think about if you're barbecuing and you do some roasted vegetables along with it, then that probably would taste really nice. Okay. So did you know that Zinfandel is one of the world's oldest grape varieties with records of viticulture and growing all the way back to 6000 BC? Zinfandel, can you believe that?
How do they have proof of that?
I don't know. I'm sure they can track the lineage. I mean, if you take old growth vine from somewhere in Europe and you transplant it over in California, you keep growing there.
Before Christ, 6,000 years before Christ.
Zinfandel.
These are the grapes that were 6,000 years before Christ.
Well, I mean, I don't know if these specific grapes. No, those are much younger than that. But this variety of Zinfandel has been grown for that long.
Now, when Christ walked the earth, they would smash the grapes with their feet. They would get in the barrels and smash them with their stinky feet.
And maybe wherever you live, they might have local vineyards where you can go and participate in that. Even here in Florida, you can take the muscadine grapes and you can participate in their wine festival.
But you have to wash your feet first.
Yeah, it'll stain your feet.
Right. Oh, no, you have to wash your feet first because we don't want stinky feet.
Yes, but even afterwards, the color of the grape will stain your feet.
Right. And then that...
Stinky feet. Oh my goodness.
Then the juice stays in the barrels.
Oh my goodness.
No. I'm talking about the stinky feet juice. I'm talking about the grape juice. Stays in the vats and the barrels for a year or so. But it's like, the muscadine grapes are too sweet.
I don't like those.
No, they are.
That's definitely not my variety. I'm going to taste a little bit more of this because I'm trying some more foods on here. But we've made our way around all of these different bottles.
Yes, we have.
And different wines.
We're about ready to finish because I have to produce this video.
Well, so I just wanted to remind everybody that the Middle Jane is on sale right now, 15% off until the 22nd. And then Dove Hunt Dog goes on sale from the 23rd to the 29th. So if you're curious about any of these, you want to go on and check
Facebook
out.
page.
Both of these labels offer a lot of different varieties of wine, so you're sure to find something that you probably like.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and Rumble channel, and then on the Facebook page, she'll post the links.
Yes, I will definitely do that.
I'll put it up tonight.
We hope you guys are having a great time transitioning different parts of the country. I know some of you are still enjoying your summer break. Some of you are back in school right now. So as we move through this time, hope everybody has smooth sailing with kids moving back into school. And we will see you again next week.
Hope your kids do great. And I hope that you enjoy the fruits of the earth.
Yes.
So we're going to see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye.